We could make our own movie called that.
Horatio.
Missing Meteorite or Horatio?
Missing Meteorite.
Starring Horatio. We're out now.
We'll get Brad Pitt's brother.
Where art thou, meteorite?
Only for monotone during it.
What is this
We're the
magnet you
cool
speak
guys.
What we're going to do is we're going to fly a drone, and the drone's going to go exactly 7 kilometers to the west.
No, you got to
of? We're
drive.
going to use magnets.
No, you got to drive to Florida first, or
Mom?
fly or drive to Florida and then come back.
All the meteorite samples will go to Mom.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back for another episode of the Mamalukes podcast. We are hosts. I'm Luke.
I'm Alysha.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Virginia. Just kidding. I'm Rachel.
And today we are covering the movie In the Gray and the meteorites that hit here in Ohio a couple months back. But first, welcome to the show, Rachel. We're glad to have you on as our second ever guest host. If anybody's been paying attention since episode 1, this is that Rachel that we had talked about. It was the origin of our friendship here. You are a key part in making that happen. So thank you for being here, for proving that you're a real person.
Yes, very real. Thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
You going to sing?
I was going to say, can you sing it, Matt?
You got a friend in me.
No, the Golden Girls.
Oh, that one.
Thank you for being my friend.
Nailed it.
So yes, Rachel's our friend. Rachel, we've known, well, you knew for much longer than either Matt and I. Matt and I met Rachel through our local kickball league, and Matt was the one that eventually egged her on in front of her other teammates at the time to come play on our team. And eventually you pulled that off somehow.
Yeah.
I think a couple seasons later, I reached out and was like, hey.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
she played in Canton and wasn't playing in Akron because her team wasn't playing in Akron. And I kind of coerced her to come from, because we played both. So.
Right. And yeah,
Now she can't get rid of me.
Yeah, the rest is history.
She was like,
Now we're on to podcast on Fridays rather than kickball on Tuesdays.
Right. Well, do you guys still bowl on Thursdays?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Volleyball on Thursdays.
Who's a
bowling
better
on
bowler,
Thursdays.
Matt or Rachel?
Rachel.
I knew that already. I just wanted Matt to admit it.
Yeah, Rachel.
Because nobody's better at Matt than anything, right? Except for Rachel.
Yeah. Well, and if I'm going to beat her, that's when she all of a sudden shows up and decides to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Matt's doing good, I'm doing better. That's usually
I love
how
that.
it works.
Yep.
Good for you. And then we know each other from Cody, which I always shout out Cody. He's my Rachel.
Right.
And we've been friends for 21 years.
Oh, you counted.
Remember? We went out to Mexican with them and we were
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I know.
Does it feel like that long?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, hate to admit 21 years though, but damn.
Yeah.
You did really look depressed when I said you can't get rid of me. You're like, like, I can't wait for you to look back and see that.
She said, help.
Help.
She's over here going,
No, it's not true.
So yeah, thank you for joining us, Rachel.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I seen an advertisement for the Green Dragon Inn, so I think that means we have to go back sometime.
Oh, yeah. Because that was the first place that I met you.
And I met...
Not that we even really had a conversation.
No. And I met Virginia and Matt
And Sean.
and Sean. I don't think April was there.
she wasn't. Not that time.
No.
A shout out to the Green Dragon Inn, though. It's up in downtown Akron, and they have a ton of board games you can play. And then on the back wall, they have a ladder. It's almost like Hogwarts style, where they can climb up, grab.
Yeah.
Was it drinks behind the bar or games behind the bar? Pull down.
I'm trying to remember.
Well, they have the private rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have their private rooms for
The
the...
freeze dried
Looks like a dungeon.
fruits and the drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had food too. It wasn't bad. I don't
I should
remember
go
what we
back.
had though. That was so long ago.
It was kind of mostly like
Sandwiches,
snack type of like appetizers.
pizza.
I don't remember anything like super major. I don't know. That was a while ago, so it could be very different now. But yeah, it's a cool place to hang out. So last week, I was talking about Google I/O, I thought, but it was actually the Android Show I/O edition, which is something that Google's never done. And this previous week, Google I/O happened, and they had more Google announcements. If you really care about any of that, just go look it up. It's like Gemini, and not much else. So if you're into that stuff with Google's AI stuff, go look for it. But otherwise, I'm not going to bore you with it because that was what the majority of it was. So there's that. Whoops. I screwed that up. Up next, we have Matt's 3D printed Stormtrooper blaster, the E11. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Let me see if I can get our camera to look at that. YouTube, don't demonetize us for showing this, please and thanks.
So this was 5 different prints between all the pieces, 93 different pieces that had to be glued together to make that. And it was all black. And my uncle helped me paint it because he does models and stuff like that. So
Nice.
yeah. Little flashlight comes off, the magazine comes out, the trigger moves. There would have been a bolt action to it that would have actually worked, like the bolt action would have worked, but
Right.
I didn't have the tube perfectly smooth because it was too big for my printer, and I had to print it in multiple pieces, and I had it just slightly off. So that kind of sucked, but
How much printing or how long did it probably take to print all of those individual pieces?
probably like 7 or 8 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing I'm working on is those helmets. I got the Bad Batch STLs for Wrecker Tech. Can't remember the other two's names off the top of my head right now, but I'm working on that. The first helmet, the Wrecker helmet, is only a 1 file, so I had to shrink it down to fit on my plate,
Oh, okay.
and it comes down to like right here on my head. So it's a little small.
A little small.
Yeah, but the other ones you can break up into multiple pieces, which I just finished the crosshairs one.
Okay.
And that's one of the pictures I sent you. That's actually 5 different prints that took me a week to print.
Oh, wow.
So, and it's almost 2 kilograms of PLA, which is a lot.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah, starting to try and do helmets because I spend a lot of money at Disney's store on helmets. So if I can start printing them and painting them myself, because all I do is display them. It's not like I'm wearing them for cosplay or something like that.
Right. Right.
Why is
Hey,
Gemini picking that up?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know.
She's late.
Why? Yeah. She heard me earlier complaining about Gemini.
So yeah, so my 3D printer runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, pretty much.
Is there a market for these type of items?
Yeah, you can put them on Etsy and eBay and stuff, and people are selling them.
It's insane how real they look.
Yeah, it's coming out pretty good. So, and I got to work on some of my settings and learn how to make like the dome of something smoother, because when it gets up to the top, you can actually see the rings where it goes around.
Right.
I haven't figured that out. There's a few settings I haven't mastered yet.
That wouldn't be like the ironing or anything like that.
It's something in the smoothing,
Right.
not the ironing, but the
Okay.
smoothing. And then, so like I said, I'm learning as I go. It's getting a little bit better.
We'll see Matt at the next Star Wars cosplay meetup dressed in his 3D printed outfit.
Yeah, because like
Helmet that
there's a
halfway
guy called the
fits.
Armorer. Shout out, I could use a coupon code. He will actually give you like the files to make your own Stormtrooper armor
Oh,
or
nice.
your own, and then it's all depending on which movie or which episode of a TV show you want it from, or which generation Stormtrooper or clone trooper or
Right.
whatever. So there's a lot that goes into it, and then like you can print your own Mandalorian armor and stuff like that. And
Okay.
Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
we went to the Guardians game for Star Wars night. And somebody had made like a really cheap looking Mandalorian armor with the Cleveland Seahawks. I was like, I could do better than that. So I'm gonna have to work on my armor for next year.
How tall is Pedro Pascal?
That's a good question.
Was that the trivia question?
No. I'll look it up.
I was just wondering. Like, I wonder if you could get a hold of his.
He's 5'11".
Yes, he is. He's exactly 5'11".
I knew it.
Yeah.
How did you guess that?
I'm just that good.
Okay.
You know, and here's my thing. It's like seeing him in Game of Thrones, I would have thought he was shorter, but then that tells you how big the mountain really is.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
I forget how tall he is, but yeah.
He's like 7'2".
Okay,
He's 7'4".
Here we go.
Okay.
What's his name? Bjorn Jorgensen?
The Mountain. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. 6'9".
Damn.
441 pounds.
Yep, 7'4", see?
Yeah, big dude. He was the second actor for The Mountain.
Yeah, the very first episode had a different person in it.
Right.
I don't think
it
was it the first season?
First 2 seasons. Whenever the jousting that was in the first season.
Yeah.
That was a different actor.
Yeah, I knew that was a different guy.
Yeah. He was a big dude too, and I have no idea who he was.
No, this one was definitely the more popular of the two. So so that's my 3D printing. Alysha, what's going on with your
Me?
Instagram guy?
All of the ladies. I mean, maybe some men, I guess, have this issue. Do you have this issue, Matt?
No.
Where people add you and say
nobody sends me
bizarre
inappropriate things.
The day we went to the Guardians game, some guy added me, and then by the time we pulled in the driveway, he messaged me. You're gonna read.
Do you want me to read the guy?
Yeah, you're gonna be the guy.
Oh, okay. Should I use a certain voice for this guy or
apparently a little voice?
This is just
Hi, can I ask a question?
Wait, this is just a local Ohio guy, I guess.
Sure, let's leave it at that. Hi, can I ask a question?
Question mark?
Do women care if a guy is really small?
Like a midget? Which I know he wasn't asking about height.
I thought he was. Like when she first sent me the message and I was reading it, I was like, he's talking about, what is he, a fucking leprechaun? Like,
yeah. And I was like, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
I said, why would you add me just to ask this?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I said, you good? Question mark.
I'll leave you alone if you want me to. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
To which I reply, I am a masculine female. I'm just one of the guys.
Oh, fair enough. I'm sorry for being weird.
I was like, so I'll talk to you like you're one. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
I'm sorry.
I was like, are you drunk? I was like, we could talk about it. And then he blocks me. So thanks for wasting my time, my guy. But
yeah, that's definitely what he was asking.
Luke's driving. He's like, what's going on over there? Because I'm laughing. And I'm like, I can't wait to tell Matt. So if you're ever going to message a lady because you're feeling some type of way,
have some restraint.
That's not the best lead in.
I wonder if this has ever went well for this guy, or
I
if
know.
he just keeps trying the same line.
That's what I wanted to know. Like, I'm a super caring person. Like, are you drunk? Like, did you get broken up with? Like, let's talk about it. Like, what is your damage?
I mean, at least
But
he's
he blocked
upfront.
me.
He was upfront.
He was so
You know what I
sorry.
mean?
So
He was letting
apologetic.
you know right away what the deal was.
But he didn't want to get roasted. That's not fair. Like a midget, like a leprechaun, like under 6'3", like yeah. So that was fun. Thanks.
Yeah, don't go asking that on Instagram. I don't know, man. I have no further advice.
A fetish site online. So.
Or just an anonymous Google search. I don't know. You might not want that either. You're probably going to get a plethora of answers.
I just wanted to be like, I'm 5'2", so how much shorter, how much smaller are we talking?
And then real quick here, the liquor store lady.
Yeah, on the way here, the local liquor store, and stopped there on the way here, and the person at the counter just goes, hey, buddy, what's going on? I'm like, just thinking they were being friendly, but apparently they knew me because when I was leaving, they're like, your daughter looks exactly like you. I'm like, who the fuck is this person? Like, why do you know that? But I didn't ask.
Do you send Claire in to get you bottles? Or
no,
something?
No. I mean, she's tall for her age, but I don't think she's like,
Maybe she thought you were somebody else.
Maybe.
Had to.
Maybe we have to ask Claire some questions.
Yeah, right. It's a whole nother conversation.
Or do people think Virginia's your daughter now?
But Virginia, now you're trying to say Virginia looks like me?
No, doesn't look like you, but if
she said your daughter looks exactly like you.
I don't know. If she seen that you guys were together, maybe she thought you looked like each other. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's get moving on into our first main topic. Matt, you and I went and saw the newer movie. I don't know when it actually came out.
It came out last Friday.
Last Friday? Okay. Yeah. In the Gray, featuring Henry Cavill and Jake Gyllenhaal and what's her name? Evie Gonzalez. Is that right? Isa, not Evie. Yeah. Isa Gonzalez.
And it's got Rosamund Pike in it, and who she always plays like a villain of a woman and everything that she's in.
Who is that?
Rosamund, is it?
Who?
I want Luke to click.
Rosamund Pike.
Rosamund Pike. Oh, yeah.
She was in that, wasn't she the one that was in that Ben Affleck movie where, Gone Girl? She fakes her death or whatever and frames him for the murder and all like the kind of stuff. So.
I actually like that movie.
She's just a psycho. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's how I remember her. So, but, and then Carlos Bardem played the villain. He's been in a ton of stuff. Fisher Stevens, who everybody's probably seen in something, but nobody knows who he is, plays the little attorney.
Stevens, yeah.
Oh, I know who he is.
Like, yeah, you see him in a million things, but you really don't know his name.
If I had to guess, like, that's Charlie Day's dad.
I never would have got Fisher as his first name.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, and then the
Christopher.
What's his last name?
Hivju. Yeah. Tormund from Game of Thrones.
Giantsbane.
Yeah. He was part of the bad guys, and he was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
He didn't really say anything.
Not
it was
really.
just his looks and stuff he gave
just
people and stuff like that.
Looks and body language. And well, so, he was right in the opening scene, too.
Yeah, yeah. So the movie starts out basically as a car is on the side of a road in like this foreign country. They don't even really tell you what it is.
Right.
But they pull over on a mountainside so that they can get reception and the guy can make a phone call. And he calls Rosamund Pike, the passenger, and he's like, hey, I got Salazar to pay the full amount. Like I got him on the line. He signed a document.
Spoilers.
And he's going to pay. Yeah, we're going to ruin the hell out of this movie.
That's fine.
So Christopher Hivju, he kills him, and then he takes the paper that would have been securing the document. And the next thing you know, they roll onto your typical Guy Ritchie overtone, like where somebody's basically narrating everything that's going to happen for the rest of the movie. And the Isa Gonzalez's character, which is Sophia, she walks into the room and she's like, I can collect this debt. My team can collect a debt from anybody, but it's going to cost you X amount of percentage. They argue over that. And basically they settle on 10% of $1 billion. So if she goes to Salazar's island and collects this money from him, then Rosamund Pike and her firm, which is Goldstein and something, have to pay her the full $100 million. As a finder's fee, basically, is what it is. So then they start talking about like how Jake Gyllenhaal and Henry Cavill are like specialists in different ways of like corporate espionage and spying on people, but they're also like tactical heroes and this and that. But this movie is so stoic.
Yeah.
Like the way everybody talks in the movie It's just like they're the most confident person in the world.
Everybody's so freaking cool.
They are so cool. This is what's going to happen because we're the most awesome people on the face of the earth. So we're going to do it this way. And this is what's going to happen. We're going to make little quips while we're shooting people.
Yeah, it's
like, it is just
over the top.
Everybody's got like this smug little smirky smile through the entire movie. And it's just like, they were explaining every single thing they're going to do. So like, if you follow Guy Ritchie movies, they do this a lot in his movies, but it's usually done a lot better. Like when he did Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr., when Robert Downey Jr. would do that, when he would talk about why things were happening or how a scene played out or something, when he was recapping it and stuff like that, there was like better filming to it. This was just like right on the money. It was just like they are explaining it step by step that this is what's going to happen. So it was like a Fast and the Furious heist movie with like these stoic British people.
Yep.
Telling you exactly how they were going to perform the heist. So if you've ever seen the Rick and Morty heist episode, that's this movie.
Yeah.
Like it is exactly this movie. I mean,
and they even did it in the editing too, with like all the arrows that are pointing to all the key objects and people and things that are just going on.
Yeah, like they're like, these are the 3 ways that we can get off the island, and all we're going to do is practice until we get it right, because mom or ma'am or whatever is going to be doing this. And
it was Jake and Henry's characters that they constantly call Isa's character mom. Like, hello, mom. Good evening. And then like eventually they build this team, and it almost seemed like all the other guys in a way were like, you guys are so fucking ridiculous. Hi, mom. But, they went with it. It was kind of just like, okay, like this is enough.
Like they had a guy that was a pilot. They had a guy that was going to drive the land vehicles. They had a guy that was going to ride the motorcycles.
Right.
And like, there's one like little action scene where this guy just flies a drone up into the air and he's announcing how these 14 people are approaching this restaurant. And Isa's character, Sophia, like acts like kind of scared, but not really. And Jake Gyllenhaal and Henry Cavill are just calling out exactly what they're going to do. Like who's going to shoot these 2 people at what point, and who's going to shoot this person coming through this door, and who's going to shoot these 2 people sitting out in front of the restaurant, and this person's going to shoot these 4 people as they get out of the car. And then they do it. And they play it out exactly how it happened. Nobody has any emotion. And it's just perfectly done. Like this guy takes out a car full of people with 6 shots.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that whole scene kind of explained too how much like they worshipped her in a way. Like instead of just being like down to earth, like, hey, we're not stopping for a beer that you want to get.
Stop for a beer. Yeah.
Like, we're going to go now because we're getting tracked.
And then they play it off like that was her whole plan. Like, because she knew if they made an attempt on her life that he would be in breach of some kind of contract and they could go after him some other way. Because they start taking his assets. They go after like a building that he's building in Dubai. And then they go after his private plane, and then they go after his boat, and they go after this other company that makes concrete or whatever it was. And
just wherever the guy had money.
Yeah, wherever he had money, they started seizing and freezing his assets and tying things up in red tape and stuff like that. And that's how they were getting to this Salazar character to try and give them $1 billion.
Was it action-packed or was it more like comedian action? And
it wasn't supposed to be comedic. Like there was little quips and stuff between Jake Gyllenhaal and Henry Cavill that were supposed to be like comedic, like with the way they talked about like how they had like this bromance.
Yeah,
it was just like they made little quips at each other with like their bromance and stuff like that. But other than that, it wasn't supposed to be funny at all. It was supposed to be super serious James Bond action, and it just missed.
Yeah,
that's hard. James Bond action. That's hard. That's hard to compete with.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what they were doing. It was like super tactical spy, espionage type things. And like, I actually agree with the critics in this one for once. Like the critics rate this thing at a 47 and the audience has it as an 83. And I think the audience score at the 83 just has to be people that are just, it's a Guy Ritchie movie. Like Guy Ritchie makes fantastic TV shows right now. He hasn't made a good movie in probably 10 years. But he makes really good TV shows. Like Mobland is awesome. The Gentleman on Netflix was awesome. The Young Sherlock Holmes on MGM was really good. So, I mean, he makes really good TV shows and stuff like that right now, but his movies are just bombing left and right. And people are starting to go back and say it's Henry Cavill because like he was in, it's the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Oh, okay.
That was like Guy Ritchie's last movie before this one. It was along the same lines. It was just like...
The critics liked it better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 91%.
Everybody liked it better.
Audience.
The audience liked it at 91%. Yeah.
Is there a movie where the audience rates it 100%?
I'm sure there are. I
We'll
mean, they probably don't have a ton of ratings, but
We'll
I'm sure
have to-
there are 100% out there somewhere.
Get into that one day.
Yeah, we'll look at that. But yeah, so it's just, I mean, it's okay. I mean, this movie is just like okay. I had higher hopes for it because I'm also a Guy Ritchie fan. Like I've seen every movie Guy Ritchie's ever made. So I was actually hopeful for this. But yeah, it kind of fell flat. And like I said, they were just too stoic.
I mean, yeah, the practicality of like their tactics was like interesting. The combat and action was fine.
You can leave something up to the audience.
Right.
Like you could actually just perform these things and do these things without the narration of this is exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And then you do exactly that. You know what I mean? It could have been a little mix up or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they did this whole, like, we're going to drive through the middle of the city on these dirt bikes and this is how we're going to get escaped and stuff like that. And then like they ride on the dirt bikes, but it's like a fucking 30-second clip.
Right.
It's like not even like a good scene where they're going through traffic or down through the canals. Or they're like, well, we kind of did that when we showed you what we were going to do. Yeah, you shouldn't have fucking
talked about it so much.
Yeah,
Right.
like it was like, I don't know. I mean,
they buried the lead.
One-way ticket to Dolesville.
the population, this poor cast.
Is it a good movie? No. The lead is miscast and there's no real villain, but Guy Ritchie can still film a pleasant enough hangout and the scenery is great. You give that a B-?
Yeah.
Even though you say that, I don't know. I don't know.
And there it is right there. Guy Ritchie's formula has officially gotten stale. And the whole thing is that he's trying to do the same thing with different people and it's not working. Like there was a movie he did a couple of years ago. It was The Gentleman. This was the same thing as like Snatch or Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels or something like that.
Okay.
But Charlie Hunnam was the one that was basically doing all the voiceovers and explaining everything and stuff like that. And like that dude should not lead a cast. He shouldn't lead a movie. Like he's so popular because of Sons of Anarchy, but he has done nothing else that anybody liked. And I don't know. He's fat and out of shape in the movie, and he's still supposed to be like this tough mobster.
They should have had Matthew McConaughey.
He was in it. He did a lot of things. He was like one of the main characters. He was like who the story was revolving around. Like Charlie Hunnam actually worked for him, and like that part of it wasn't bad, but it was just like it's the same thing. You can't have these people are not Robert Downey Jr.
No,
like they don't have the quirkiness or the like the speaking ability to carry. And, something over top of that, like the dialogue over top of what's going on. Yeah. Yeah. So I love the Sherlock Holmes movies, and there are actually 3 finally is supposed to be getting made. So I'm looking forward to that. I do like I said, I like Guy Ritchie's TV shows that he's done recently. But I haven't really loved one of his movies in probably a long time. I do watch everything. Or nobody knows who he is when I'm talking to people, so I'm just like, yeah, it's Guy or Madonna's husband.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Still wouldn't remember, but yeah.
So if you want to watch something that he did that's good that came out this year, go watch The Young Sherlock Holmes. It's got the guy from The Flash on the WB plays Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, and that's got a pretty big cast in it too.
That looks nothing like Robert Downey Jr.
You are correct. It ties in like Moriarty. It talks about like his relationship with his dad. And his dad is Joseph Fiennes, which pretty big name person to be playing, a bit role of somebody's dad in a TV show.
Oh,
right.
He plays in Handmaid's Tale.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I know him from.
But yeah, so I mean, that was good. Colin Firth, isn't it? But yeah, I don't know. What did you think of the movie? I talked a lot about it, but what did you think?
I mean, that was the first thing I said after we got out of the movie. It was like, these guys are just so freaking cool. And everything that they're doing is so freaking perfect. And I don't know. They're sitting in lawn chairs while these people are like racing through the cities on dirt bikes and stuff like that. Do it again.
They look at their phone and they're like, do it again. You need to get that 8 minutes down to 7 minutes or we're not going to make it off the island alive.
Yeah.
Practice. And that's how they say it. It's not like any kind of like, it's just...
Yeah, it
wouldn't have took much to play any of those roles.
Felt like they were cracking a joke. It was like they were being 100% serious.
Seems like young Sherlock is more like a mysterious, where maybe that type of talking would relate more to that movie. Rather, this one is more action packed. You wouldn't want to see them just like standing there planning out everything.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and even like with like The Gentleman. It was done better because it was like explaining things that happened behind the scenes or, like while this was taking place, this was what was taking place over there. This was not that. This was literally, this is what we're going to do. This is how it happened.
Boom. We did it.
We're going to do this now because this happened. Oh no, he died. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, that's kind of how it went.
Baker dies and he's just like, where's Baker? And he's like,
no.
Mom?
No. And just keeps going.
Mom.
Yeah. We must get Mom to the boat. We must get Mom to the plane. You need to take off with Mom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the ending scene, it was just like, we're going to stay back. And then it like shows them leaving and stuff. And literally 30 seconds later, they cut back to that scene like, we're going to stay back. I was like, really? We needed a flashback from 30 seconds ago? Like, just do the scene that you're moving to. Like, weird editing choice. I don't know.
Yeah, like they show up at the one chick's office to like intimidate her at the end of the movie because she didn't pay her $100,000 out. And Salazar kidnaps Sophia because he didn't get his boat and his plane back. So she didn't hold up her end of his deal or her deal, even though he paid the $1 billion. So they just show up at her office and like, you need to pay. You need to do the right thing. And she's like,
where'd you come from?
Well,
there's guards.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, there isn't. There's no guards.
There's no guards. Nobody's coming to save you.
Nobody's coming.
There's no cameras. And it's like, you guys are actually pretty good actors normally. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the direction that you took in this movie was just like, wow. Like,
yeah.
And it's not just them. It's everybody. I mean,
stay monotone or you're cut.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the bad guy actually had a little bit of emotion.
He was probably the only one that did. Yeah.
Because he calls her a bitch and tells her he's going to do all these things to her and stuff like that, but I mean, it's not convincing, like, because everybody's so awesome. They've already told you how awesome everybody is. So like when the bad guy's threatening them, we're like, yeah, right. There's two awesome guys standing right there. And we already know what they're going to do to you because they told us for 20 minutes before they got here. So
what if this was their version of making fun of all of the cool guys?
It may have been.
Maybe.
It may have been, but it was
just like too literal.
These two guys took out
over the top
fucking police sink.
Yeah. Just the whole building.
Yeah, I mean they're just doing it like subterfugely or whatever you want to say. Like they walk in dressed in cop uniforms, but they're the only two not like Caribbean, Hispanic, right. Whatever island they're on. They're the only two white fucking people in there, and they're like also like 6'4", and the closest height person to him's like maybe 5'9", and they just he walks through, he towers over everybody. They just slowly kidnap everybody with a pistol, and they get these plastic handcuffs and they
drop their guns.
They take their guns
or whatever they were saying in Spanish,
right? And then they put them in the cage
because they know Spanish, because they're so cool.
Yeah, if it was Spanish, whatever it was, but then
it is,
they come back out and then they go around a corner and they take out a couple of more guards without firing a gun, and then 5-on-2. So, one of the guys goes to go all cowboy and he's got his hand like he's going to draw and they're like, don't do it. And he does, of course. And then they just take those 5 out and they take the next fucking 15 out that come through there. And they're like, this is out of ammo. Let me get my pistol. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean? And like these guys are firing assault rifles at them. You know what I mean? And they're just like, bang, like no sweat, no nothing, And then they're like, make a hole in the back. And they blow a hole through the back of this prison or this jail that they're at.
Right.
And nobody flinches. Like it's supposed to be this massive explosion that takes off the whole back of the wall. And they're just like, and then it blows up and they walk out. And it's like,
and then the rest of the police that is like, oh, where did they go?
Yeah. And then like the what is it? The Maserati police car and all the Jeeps and trucks and stuff come flying around the corner and they hit a button and all the cop cars are disabled and they just drive away casually. And it's like, oh God, really? And it's like, and he's like, I got a private security force of 70 people. And they're like coming over the hill, like in horde waves from a video game. And they're just standing behind a Jeep, like mowing them down. Like, and still deadpan, like, oh, there's 70 of them. Okay.
And then, what's his name's character is pretty much just telling, they took out 14 men. They took out this many people's men. And then he's just like, well, go get him then. Like,
where Christopher, he jumped or whatever his name is, goes up to Salazar and tells him,
right.
Yeah. He's like, I got an army. Well, apparently it's not good enough to take down these 5 mercenaries from Portland.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
it was, I don't know.
Ridiculous.
It was just way, way, way over the top. Like, it could have been good. It had a good premise. It could have been, I mean, it's like your typical, you like heist movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a typical heist movie, but it's just over explained.
Better or worse than the Italian Job?
Oh, way worse. Way worse.
Yeah.
I like the Italian Job.
I know.
At least there was some suspense and stuff in that, and some twists and stuff. This was just...
And not fully explained plan until they actually did it.
That's when he shot the javelin rocket and shot down Christopher, whatever's helicopter and stuff like that. Nobody flinched they were in like a rate or RZR. No, they were in like an RZR.
Oh yeah.
And he's got a fucking rocket launcher on his back and he's standing right next to him and fires it. Like those things have a huge flame and shit that comes out the back.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like, and perfect shot. He's like, how
What's
far
the
away
range?
is he? 300, 250, 275.
Pick
Make up your
one.
mind. I'm working on it. 225. And he clicks it, puts it in, and it fires it and takes out the helicopter. And nobody makes a fucking expression. It's just like.
I was thinking what Alysha said, like maybe they're trying to be funny, like play off James Bond or Ocean's 11, like not as serious about a heist, just like, oh, this is so easy. We'll go and do it.
So it was kind of Ocean's 11-esque. Like, because if you think about it, like Brad Pitt and George Clooney were like that in Ocean's 11. You know what I mean? But they were quirky about it. Like,
and the plan always didn't happen like 100%.
Yeah.
Exactly as they planned, or they didn't show you 100% until after the fact.
You know what? That's actually a great example of what this movie was supposed to be.
Right.
It was like, it was supposed to be like Ocean's 11, but this premise, they weren't robbing a casino.
Right.
Yeah. And they just did it wrong. Like I said, it's a Rick and Morty heist movie.
Yep. Yeah.
What do you rate it?
I'm going to have to go like a 6.
Yeah, I can't go any more than 6.
I mean, I like the cast. I was like sad.
If the acting was a little more believable, I could go higher.
I don't even think it was the acting. I think it was just the way it was written.
The direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. If everybody could like crack a smile and joke a little bit about some of the things that were going on.
Their jokes definitely fell flat.
Well, it was
when they were trying to, because it just, you weren't even buying that they thought it was funny.
No.
Yeah. I'm with the critics on this one. That's unusual, but I'm with the critics on this one.
Yeah. It's worth a watch.
It's worth a free watch.
It's worth a very discounted watch.
It's worth a Paramount Plus watch.
Yeah.
Who directed The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? That's an older movie.
Oh, God, I don't know. What brought that up?
Because you keep saying The Gentleman.
Stephen Norrington.
He did Blade.
Blade.
And he did Blade.
Yeah. Don't see a lot here. Well, that is what we got for
In the Gray.
In the Gray.
Oh, and by the way, In the Gray means most people operate in the black in the ledger or in the red in the ledger, and they operate in the gray. And we know that because that's exactly what they said in the first 30 seconds of the fucking movie.
Yeah.
They just wanted to be clear.
Yeah. So like immediately you got the, what's the dad from Peter Griffin moment where he's like, oh, they said the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's just pointing. No?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, that's from. Okay, let's take a quick break and we will be right back with Sportsball. Support for today's show comes from Prime Video. Looking for something great to watch tonight? Check out Prime Video from Amazon. With a huge library of hit movies, binge-worthy TV shows, and award-winning originals, there's always something new to dive into. From action-packed blockbusters to exclusive series you won't find anywhere else, Prime Video lets you stream at home or on the go. Plus, with downloads available, you can watch your favorites even without Wi-Fi. Start streaming today and see what everybody's talking about with Prime Video. See the link in the description or just head to mamalukes.net/Prime Video. That's mamalukes.net/Prime Video. Support for Mamalukes is brought to you by Aspire Drinks. Looking for an energy drink that doesn't give you jitters and that inevitable crash? Aspire is redefining energy drinks with a better, healthier way to power your day. Unlike most energy drinks that are loaded with excessive caffeine and sugar, Aspire delivers a gentle, balanced boost with 80 milligrams of natural caffeine, half the caffeine of most leading energy drinks. Packed with essential vitamins and enhanced with biotin and ginger, the benefits are a no-brainer. They're enjoyable for any moment, at work, the gym, or on the go. Order now with free U.S. shipping. Find them at aspiredrinks.com and use our promo code Mamalukes to get 20% off anything on your order. That's aspiredrinks.com and promo code Mamalukes to get 20% off your order. Welcome back. It's time for Sportsball.
Well, around here, we like to start with our Cleveland sports. So the Guardians have decided that they know how to play baseball.
Yeah.
Since we went to the game on Saturday, they have won every game since. They won 2 out of 3 against the Reds, and then they swept Detroit in a 4-game series. And Luke's got a little note here that this is the first time that they've swept Detroit in a 4-game series since 2017.
Mm-hmm. And Jose was playing well back then. They showed a bunch of highlights, I think, on yesterday's game right towards the end. And I was like, yeah, I bet he was, because he still is now.
That was a good team, that 2016, 2017 team.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in 2017, they had a lot of high hopes for that team. It just kind of fell flat.
22 win streak.
Yeah.
Lindor was still around.
Santana could bat.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another good team after the World Series, and didn't work out.
So they're doing good right now, though.
Yep.
The Browns have started the QB controversy already. They've decided that they think Watson's going to be the starter going into the season. And there was something on SportsCenter this morning about him and Shedeur getting into it yesterday because Shedeur walked up behind him and rubbed his shoulders and said, "Do you like that?"
Oh, no.
Yeah, so
I
thought that was funny.
Honestly, Deshaun's got everything he has coming for him ever since his whole discretion. So
phrasing.
Moving on.
The Juku is now with the Chargers and Mike McDaniels in San Diego, and they're saying that there's a lot of high hopes for him to be the player that he never actually turned in to be. He's always had a lot of high hopes. I don't ever think he's been that great, but
the season that we actually had Joe Flacco as the starter when the Browns went to the playoffs, that was a great season for Njoku. But it seemed like it was really just because Flacco and him were really dialed up.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was kind of just like,
well,
where's he at?
He's got a good quarterback now.
Yeah,
So.
it's true.
The other thing that I saw that was kind of Brownsy news was somebody immediately had an article today saying that the head coach of the Browns has hinted that Myles Garrett's no longer going to be with the team or that he's on his way out and blah, 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 because he didn't show up to voluntary workouts, which he never shows up to voluntary workouts. And he's a veteran player and he doesn't have to show up to voluntary workouts.
Right.
So
he's not trying to make a name for himself.
They're still trying to make this a thing with Garrett leaving the Browns. But,
Yeah.
Whatever. The Cavs did in Cavs fashion dramatically come back to win Game 7 against the Pistons, and they kicked the shit out of the Pistons in that game.
Yeah.
At halftime, they were up by 17, and 10 minutes into the third quarter, they were up by 30, and they pretty much led the entire game by 30, 35 points the rest of the way out. So you didn't know what to expect with them coming into Game 1 against the Knicks. Playing 2 7-game series. The Knicks swept the 76ers and had like 7 days of rest in between. Right. You didn't know if the Cavs team was going to be tired or what. And they dominated the Knicks for 3 quarters and 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they just decided, we don't remember how to play basketball.
And neither does our coach.
And blew 22-point lead in 7 minutes. And they basically isolated James Harden with Brunson, and the Cleveland never made a change.
Yeah.
So the game goes to overtime, and they score 7 points in overtime.
Everybody knew when we traded for James Harden, he wasn't like some defensive masterpiece that we were adding.
Right.
So what are we doing?
Right. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. So why don't you call a timeout and put Strus in and just have Strus play defense, or, bring in Wade or somebody else, Ellis, yeah. The guy that you went out and got because of his defensive prowess, and put him on Brunson, slow the game down, play your game, go back to the paint, which you did the whole first, 78% of the game.
Yeah.
You went to the paint. That's how you were dominating the game. You know what I mean? And then you just change your whole tactic with 7 minutes left to go and blow that lead, and then you lose in overtime. And then they came out in Game 2 and just looked like shit. They looked like shit the entire game. Like the first 7-8 minutes of the game, I think they were tied at one point at like 12-12, and then the Knicks took a lead and they had a lead the rest of the game. So that was really disappointing. We'll see what happens when they come back home. But like I was explaining to somebody earlier today, I mean, they have to win these next 2 games at home.
Yeah. So they have to win 4 out of the next 5.
Yeah. And these next 2, they have to tie the series. I honestly think that if they don't, they're not the 2016 Cavs where they're going to go down 3-1 and come back and win. So
right.
I don't know. That was a little disappointing, but we'll see. It was very Cleveland-y. In the MLB, the Battle of Chicago, the White Sox series, they took the series with a walk-off home run.
Okay, have you guys heard of Jay Bergs? I've found him on Facebook. This guy basically just does these
commentary.
Yes.
Facial dubbing of not dubbing, but like just miming over the commentators.
Field is in for the Cubs with Edgar Carroll at the plate, tying a run on at third. Carroll sends this one deep to left center. Back it goes! Let's go! Edgar Carroll walks it off in the 10th. That's how you out of the slump. Celebrate that man.
That's how you what out of a slump?
Take the series from the Cubs. What a game. Southside, stand up.
Yeah, he's hilarious. He does a lot of stuff with Tom Hamilton, commentating the radio for the Guardians.
yeah.
He's actually commented like he is the favorite guy I like to, do these videos of, because him and Jim Rosenhaus.
Very animated.
Yeah,
Are you gonna post the picture of him catching the ball?
Oh no,
At the game we went to.
that was what's his name, Matt Underwood, when he caught the foul ball.
In the studio.
Yeah, that was this past Saturday when we went. That was another thing we saw. It was pretty funny.
So if you guys don't remember, because you haven't been keeping up with the podcast, which would be a shame, there's been lots of ABS related drama this year.
Yeah.
And ABS is basically the catcher or the pitcher are allowed to question a pitch in real time. So basically, like if you think it was a strike or you think it was a ball, you tap on your helmet. You're supposed to do it within 3 seconds of the pitch or something.
The guidance is 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Somebody said 3 seconds, but yeah.
So, and you have to call it right away. And I mean, I've seen some games where it changes things.
Yeah.
You're allowed to do it how many times in a game?
As long as you keep getting your challenges correct, you can keep doing it as many times as you want.
So how many times can you get it wrong?
Twice.
Okay.
So each team gets 2 challenges, basically.
Yeah. So basically just like football.
Right. Well, so there's challenges like a normal challenge, like if an umpire called somebody out or save,
something like that. Yeah.
that's different from these. These are like, you can only challenge these twice, or you can only get them wrong twice, basically.
But yeah, so I
Well,
mean,
it might be mixed. I don't know. I put that there because there was 2 instances that have come up though recently where the umpires are like, okay, this ABS system's coming out. So like, umpires aren't always going to be perfect. So we have the system in to like kind of help balance things out. Great. If they make a bad call or whatever. But now the umpires are kind of like, hold my beer and figuring out ways to screw this up more because, okay, the first instance was the catcher tapped his helmet to challenge, and he did it within 2 seconds. And the umpire is just like, and he doesn't like challenge it. And then the coach has to yell at him and say like, hey, he challenged it. You didn't see that. And he's like, no, you didn't.
Is that the video we watched when we were talking about this?
No, this is something different.
Okay.
And so like the manager's just like yelling at him like, pay attention. You're an idiot. Like he challenged. It showed on the replay. He definitely challenged in time. And then the opposite thing happened.
You rubbed his stomach?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Where the batter didn't want to challenge. He just like grabbed his, like, how some batters, they have like the extra face covering on their helmets. He went to adjust it just to like adjust his helmet. Not this, which is very different, tapping on the top of your head to challenge. And so it was a close call. The batter was a little upset about it, but he was like, okay, he adjusts his helmet. And then the batter has challenged the call. And he's like, no, I didn't. And then they do the challenge. It fails because, it was a pretty clear call.
Yeah.
And so the manager's yelling at him like, he didn't challenge it. What are you looking at? So the umpires are still finding ways to screw up.
You need a more clear symbol.
Yeah, we need a challenge system for the challenge system.
Patting your head isn't going to work. You need a more clear thing.
We need like a big red button on the top of our heads or something. That says
turn
like,
around and do 3 hip thrusts.
And the people that I'm seeing commenting on this are like, so the way we need to do this is just to slap the umpire across the face and there'll be no confusion.
Yeah.
I was going to say tap the umpire's head.
Yeah.
We need a challenge here.
Then they'll get a technical foul or something.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just been getting ridiculous.
So over in the NFL, Rodgers got signed to the Steelers this week. So he will be 42 years old and starting for the Steelers this season. Another old quarterback got an extension. Stafford has re-signed for another year. So he is this year and next year now, and it's $105 million.
How old is Stafford now?
He's got to be close to the same age as Rodgers, right?
I don't know. I didn't think he was that old, but
I think he's 40.
Really? Wow. 38.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting up there. Okay. Him I could see. Rogers is not Tom Brady.
I mean, Rogers didn't get $50 million, but he's back. So,
yeah, I don't know.
And of course, this was great news. Nashville is to host the 2030 Super Bowl, and all the right wing
I'm sorry.
right wing white enthusiasts. I wrote that with a lot of too many words that sound similar.
Wing.
Yeah. All the white guys that were mad about last year's fucking Super Bowl halftime show not being in English are now out there super happy because they're going to get a hillbilly fucking country Super Bowl in Nashville.
Which beer is going to sponsor it? That's all I care about.
All of them. Busch. I don't. Who the hell knows? I couldn't believe that was an article today. I'm like, Jesus Christ, who cares who fucking performs at the Super Bowl? Go back to marching bands. Fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at this point, God.
Yep.
Yeah. Whatever. In the NBA, the Spurs took game 1 against OKC in double overtime. And then OKC tied the series the other night. And then we know what happened in
tonight.
Game 3 tonight, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in the NHL, the Avs and Carolina both lost. So both 1 seeds made it to the conference finals, and both of them lost. And Montreal kicked the shit out of Carolina, 8-2 or something like. It was either 6-2 or 8-2. I mean, they just fucking took it to them.
Yeah.
So
one more time.
They just fucking took it to him.
Yeah.
That's a lot in hockey, man. That's an ass whooping in hockey. Like, that's not even remotely of a close game. Yeah. And it's like, they were like, the one guy from Montreal ices the game. I'm like, it was like fucking 6 or 8 goals. Like, the game was iced in the fucking second quarter. But, so Montreal is beating everybody up on the road and struggling at home for some reason, which is kind of funny. But, all right, this is going to go a little bit longer in Sportsball today because Kyle Busch has passed away. If you guys don't know who Kyle Busch is, he was 41 years old. He was a NASCAR driver. He was a 2-Cup champion, future Hall of Famer. He's been in the Cup Series since 2004, making 762 career starts with 63 wins. He won the championship in 2015, 2019, and had 234 victories across all 3 NASCAR National Series. Very popular driver. A lot of people liked him. His wife is smoking hot.
Say smoking. Jim Carrey.
Yeah. So it's really weird the way he died, though. So he was doing a driving simulator for Chevy, and he was rushed to the hospital right after he came out of the simulator, and then he died from an undisclosed illness the next day.
Right.
So they're not telling you exactly what happened. Like, we don't know. Like, I'm guessing something along the lines of epilepsy or something like that, because he came right out of the simulator, the driving simulator, and he got rushed to the hospital and died. So I don't know what happened. They're just saying undisclosed illness. It's sad either way. I mean, at 41 in NASCAR, you're still driving, you're still doing well, you're competitive. So, I mean, not just that, but I mean, the guy was only 41 years old. He had a young family and stuff like that. So, kind of sad, just spooky in a way. Cause I guess until we find out exactly what happened.
Are they doing like an autopsy?
I'm sure they'll have to do something. Because he's too high profile for them not to eventually come out with, what happened and stuff like that.
Yeah. I would imagine if that's what he was doing right before he went to the hospital, like there's probably some full investigation, which is probably why they haven't clarified.
Chevy's probably like, you can't say anything until we make sure it wasn't our fault. You know, we're not liable or whatever, So, and then there's 21 days to the World Cup.
That's right.
I wonder how many other people did the same simulation. How am I saying that right?
Simulation.
Drove the same simulator.
Yeah, and different simulators are built differently too. Some are probably more VR based nowadays, and some you still have the traditional, just big monitors in front of you, and
might be a room or a booth that you go into.
Who knows what all that was?
I don't know. It'll be interesting to find out what really happened when they start giving you more details. But make sure you put a picture on here of him and his wife, though, because it's the odd couple. It is. It's the odd couple. Like,
let's see what she looks
I mean,
like.
want me to put it up?
It's for money, buddy. Like,
It's for money, buddy.
It's for money.
yeah, she got
buddy.
married for money. Yeah.
She looks like somebody. She looks like Sarah.
Oh, okay.
She looks kind of like her,
Kinda.
to me anyway.
All right, that's what we got for sports ball.
Sportsball.
Ran a little long. I
That's okay.
apologize.
So up next, we have a little event that happened 2 months ago on St. Patrick's Day when the meteorites.
When the leprechauns fell from the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you guys touched on it a little bit during
Little
one of
bit.
our podcasts.
Yep.
So I think maybe 2 weeks ago or last week, they actually came out with, they named the meteorite.
Oh.
It was called the Wadsworth Meteorites.
Wow.
So yeah, and then they confirmed it and they came up with the database. So I thought this would be a good topic to bring to the table because it actually shows then where a lot of the confirmed findings were of the meteorite that fell.
Okay.
Which will explain why they called it the Wadsworth meteorite.
Yeah, location.
Yeah, well, I mean, for people not from here, you know.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. I didn't realize that's really how they name their meteorites. Like I figured it might be something a little more
Clever.
Just yeah.
Snazzy.
Super cool meteorite.
But no, I went down a deep hole really in the finding this meteorite. So one of my friends during the time, so yeah, right after St. Patrick's Day, she was going through a breakup and just wanting to hang out and was pretty much like, hey, did you see a meteorite fell over Ohio? And I was like, yeah, I saw that. Do you want to go look for it? And she's like, heck yeah. Actually, I think I was talking to Matt at the time and he actually gave us the idea to go and get some of the big magnets that you would use to
From
pick
like
up.
Harbor Freight.
Right.
What did they use those for?
Pick up
Welding
nails and
and
different
stuff.
things like that, you know.
Yeah.
So we were going out in the evening and I stopped by Harbor Freight and get these big magnets. And they also then right after the fall, they released the strewn field. So this was probably one of the first graphs that came out. And it's called like a strewn field map. And what this shows is the area of the surface where the fragments fell when it came, across the earth. So
That's actually better than some of the ones that we saw originally.
yeah, I think it was too. Yeah. Each day they almost came out with a better map
Right.
that we were looking at. And this one, so I'll read from my notes here. It was actually considered a small asteroid because of the size of it. So it was about, honestly, like the size of a car weighing 7 tons.
Wow.
So it was
Super small.
You know, a car usually weighs about 2.5 tons.
oh, wow.
So that's the size of 3 cars.
Wow. So yeah, weighed a lot, but yeah,
Yeah.
the size.
Well, yeah, weighed as much as 3 cars. Yeah.
Right.
And then it says it was moving 45,000 miles per hour before starting to fragment. So it actually started fragmenting over Valley City, but pieces didn't hit the earth until actually, like you'll see on this map, more towards Medina, Wadsworth area.
Okay.
So it was seen over 10 different states. I think I felt the boom that morning. I was out walking my dog actually, and I figured it was like a tree, like someone doing some tree work in the neighborhood or something.
Right,
I didn't
right.
know what it was. But yeah, so they I don't know, did you guys hear it or see it or feel it or anything?
I was at work. It's way too loud there.
Yeah. I had a coworker. She was working from home that day, and she said she had heard it. She thought it was just like a truck or something going down the highway or something like that, but ended up being this.
Oh yeah. So, and this is, so you'll see in the very top, when the meteorite kind of explodes as it's coming in, the smaller fragments, they come off first,
Right.
and then the larger pieces would be towards the bottom, then where the red is.
Oh,
So this
okay.
is kind of what we had with us when we were like, oh, let's go out and try to look for this thing. And we take our magnets to the park. We were actually in like a little bit above the dark red area. And it was pretty funny. So there's actually other people that also had magnets out there, and we're just like on asphalt picking up all these like all these random rocks, throwing them in our pockets. Like, is this one? Is this one?
Right.
Probably not. And so then we switch locations and we go to this other park, and it's actually really sweet. There's this boy there. He's probably, I should say, he had to be in his 20s.
She's a boy.
Not a boy, yeah. This guy there in his 20s. And he comes, he has these gloves on. He's like, oh my God, I found a ton of these back here, a ton of meteorites that fell. You got to come check them out. And he's like, I just can't keep all these to myself. And he's showing them to me, and we're like testing them. We're like, these aren't magnetic. And he's like, I swear, he's like, the first piece I found was like, even though these aren't. And I'm like, okay. And then, so we were walking around a little bit longer, and we actually run into this guy. His name's Brett. His Instagram is interstellar constellation. I'll double check that, but
okay.
He was like, oh, I'm from out of town. I came here to look for this meteorite. I was like, oh, do you think this is what we found? And he's like, no, that's not it. And at this time, we actually find out that they're not magnetic either. So all the rocks we had in our pocket were not.
In our defense, what percentage are not magnetic?
Only like 8%.
Yeah, only 8% of these are not magnetic. So 92% are. So I thought a magnet was a good idea.
It was,
right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what are the chances that was the time it wouldn't work?
Right.
And Brett goes, he's like, oh yeah, I do this now for a living. I go across the United States, look for buy and sell meteorites. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, this dude over here, like,
Right.
how is this an occupation? Oh yeah. Later on, I actually follow him on Instagram, and he lives in Philadelphia, and he does make a living buying and selling meteorites. So I'm like, I guess this guy knows his facts. This is not going to be magnetic.
Right. Right.
So it goes on. We then the next day we are on Facebook. We see people posting about Sharon Center.
You were out there for how many hours? The first day?
We went after work, so it wasn't too long. It was only from like 6
dark.
to 9. Yeah.
So, yeah, that was like 3 hours the first day.
Yeah. And then we went before work the next day, and we still don't know what we're looking for. We're just kind of like walking around, really looking at the ground.
And we're okay at this point. We're like, what public properties can we look up where we think the area is? And we're trying to like map stuff out where you can go and, try and figure out what the best park is to go look, or, what's got this and what's got that. So.
Yeah. And there's actually an app. It's called OnX. It's really cool, especially if you're hunting. If you're a hunter, you probably know about it already. I've used it for foraging in the past, but it'll actually tell you all private and public land. And if it is private land, it actually says who owns it.
Okay.
And it's kind of surprising. Like, you could really see, like, I could go and click on Matt's space, and I could see, owned by Matt Hinton, and I
shows
know
the
who to
borders
call, or
clearly and stuff like that. Yeah,
all the farmers' properties and everything. So a good way to actually, if you want to get access for a piece of property, then you know who owns it and you can call.
Right. Right. Okay.
But we were able to kind of see where some parks were.
Was a lot of this farmland that
it
you
was
guys?
A lot of farmland.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of farmland.
I can imagine a lot of just upset farmers. Like, who are all these people?
Yeah. And there were a lot of upset farmers.
You were telling me too, like, people were worried about like the weather.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was like time constraints with looking for these things, because like it was rainy and wet, and that, dilutes samples and changes things and moves things out of place. And people were finding them on their porches and gutters, and then like it would rain out and stuff like that. So they would find it down by the bottom of their gutter and stuff. So when they were looking, there was like a lot of things. So she's really adamantly getting into it. I'm like, I just can't drop what I'm doing and go with you. So it was nice that you found your friend because it was like a time constraint on how much time they had to try and find a sample.
That's true.
So,
I honestly didn't realize how the time constraint around it. But even they're saying, so some of the larger pieces at the rate that it was falling down, once it hit, it actually would make a hole in the ground. So when we're looking at some of the farms down south, we weren't even looking for like a rock. We were looking for a hole in the ground.
Right.
And if it rained, the hole pretty much covered up with mud. So there was the side of, the farmers being upset, which I completely understood. But then it was like, okay, well, if you can't look in the next 5 days in the forecast with all this rain in March, it's just gone.
Right.
It'll, and so there was definitely a spike in the first 2 or 3 days of it falling. A lot was found around Sharon Center, and then in Wadsworth. And then there's a couple of the bigger pieces found in like the red zone. But I think
down toward Redmond, right?
Yeah. I know. So a total of 3 pounds, 13 ounces were found. So
that is how many thousands of pounds? Yeah.
It's crazy.
Right. It is. It doesn't really seem like much at all after seeing them. And it's like, how much is really out there that no one did find? How much was in a farmland that was never able to be recovered, or like from weather conditions?
Did they ever find exactly where it hit and like take pictures of the hole?
Yeah. So there were. The scientists think that there's like 4 large masses that came down. 2 were found, and then one they think is at Morton Salt property, which I did not realize how much land they owned in Rittman.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think it's Rittman. It's a lot. Even some of the farmers that we were talking to, they have Morton is like paying off their lease until they die, or like paying them for their land until they die, and then they're going to take it over. But so the one person who found it actually used a drone and went overhead and found where the big hole was. And the word on the street is he didn't ask for permission.
Right.
They didn't ask for permission. They went and got it, and then they actually took pictures where they were and really didn't. So it's kind of unfair for that situation. But using drones to look for these huge meteorites is definitely something that's new, and they were kind of like, that's a pretty good idea, be able to at least you could go ask the farmer, hey, we see this hole here, can we search for it?
Right.
And then the second guy you guys might have saw, he had a dream. He is from Cleveland. He had a dream that he knew exactly where this meteorite fell, went and asked this farmer, and then went and dug it up. So that's his story.
The aliens told him.
Yeah. But I guess there's 2 more large masses out there. They think Morton Salt has one, and I'm not sure if they're going to disclose it, and then it may be another one that got lost.
So what did you find?
So the piece I found, I think it's 2.5 grams, and it was up more towards Sharon Center.
Okay.
And that's where I brought it in. That's where the majority of the smaller pieces were found out. Actually, if you want, I have another one too. Well, that's one of the nicest pieces that were found. It has this black fusion crust, and it creates a really cool, as you can see as it's falling down, it almost looks like a molten lava.
Right.
As it's heating and cooling as it's falling down, and then some actually cool with those spikes in the air like that.
So I thought you weren't supposed to handle these things with your hand.
So that's for the other variety.
The magnetic ones?
Yeah, the magnetic ones.
Okay.
Oh.
So you're even but like the oils from your skin won't contaminate that or ruin the sample or anything like that?
No, they didn't have any concern. Anyone I was talking to didn't have any concern about that.
Okay.
But I mean, it was definitely fragile from, the spikes on there. But yeah, it's a very dark fusion crust if you're looking for it. And then this piece actually was sold to a museum think roughly around like $40,000.
Wow.
But
Your friend found a piece and sold it too, right?
yeah, my friend found a piece. Also, it was about 2.7 grams, and she sold hers for like 2,000.
Wow.
So it does seem like a lot of money, and we can. I wrote some scientific notes down about this, but so this type that fell is actually called a eucrite. It's linked to the asteroid Vesta, and it's just rare because you can only find a eucrite from the Vesta asteroid, Mars, or the Moon. So for it to come and hit the Earth and not like fizzle up in the air, like I had asked, only 8% actually make it to the Earth. And so the compounds that it's made out of, you just don't find these compounds here on Earth.
Right.
And so the age of it is considered to be 4.4 billion year old. Just crazy.
Just
The age
a
of the
rock
asteroid.
floating in the sky for 4.4 billion years, and then all of a sudden we were looking for it in Wadsworth.
What a life.
So that's why there was such a
I'm
increase in price for some of the smaller samples. But
Because of how rare it is.
yeah, but in general, I know, I mean, a couple people came from, all over the world and all of the states that actually majority of were found by some Polish guys. And I actually think they had such good luck because in Europe, they don't actually have the trespassing.
Right. Not dealing with that as much.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not from here. We're just gonna walk wherever.
Yeah. Well, they
Don't
said,
mind us.
that's what they said they do over there. They're like, people are just like, hey, like, we don't mind. Where
Right.
here, it's like, okay, we're going to shoot you.
Yeah.
Americans and their guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I honestly think that's like why they had better luck, is they were just not giving.
Easier territory to search.
But a couple of the people that I was also looking with, they found like a huge meteorite on another fall and sold it for, $30,000, and they're like,
Right.
hey, I actually think I can make a living doing this, which is just
Crazy.
crazy.
To think about.
Yeah.
Mind blowing. I was like, yeah, definitely going into this, I was like, I did not know this could be a career of sorts.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's pretty easy to compare to like gambling. I mean, it's a meteor falling out from space. Like,
I mean, it's kind of, I don't know about gambling, maybe like a storm chaser type thing.
well,
I mean, because it does happen and they are tracked and they are announced when they,
I guess so. I don't know. To me, this just feels like it's something that's like, you don't know when it's going to happen or where it's going to happen.
I would say the technology now is so much better. Like a lot that are even being found fell hundreds or thousands of years ago,
True. Yeah.
or even when parts of the earth were covered with water at that time, and the
Right.
water, it's no longer there. They can take out, metal detectors, dig
Right.
down, and they're able to find these meteors that were just lost in history.
The ice
Right.
caps are melting.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Yeah.
the one guy, he did exactly that. He went through old files on the computer, found where there's speculation of one falling, and just took the time and found it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess if you have the data.
There's equipment out there now too, like mining equipment and stuff like that can like take scans of the earth and tell you what's in different layers of the earth as it scans down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
too.
I've seen that. Yeah.
You guys all know Charlene from Kickball.
Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
brother designed equipment that does that on a very large scale
Oh.
for people that want to like set up like fracking or different things like that. And he's got these massive pieces of equipment to do like building size scans
Oh,
of
wow.
the ground and stuff like that.
Did you want to show your pieces? If you want to.
Yeah, I don't know
How?
if we can. How really
Yeah, you can zoom in a little bit.
hold it up?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. There you go.
it's gonna be hard to see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
just
Where's the one that does the front?
All
You
right.
can
Let
do
me
the zoom.
let me do that.
Just put
Let's
your
do
hand.
that.
Put your hand behind it, maybe.
Okay.
In front of the gun.
This is way more fun though.
Yeah, this is much more fun.
Come on, Vanna, you're fucking it up.
You found a fidget spinner?
I said
no way.
You can tell. So Brett actually gave me a piece that's an iron meteorite where you can see it's completely.
So that
silver.
one's magnetic.
Yeah. Yes.
So Brett gave you an actual piece of a meteorite.
Yeah, from a different fall.
Oh, okay. Not this one. Not Ohio.
No, the one on the top is from Ohio fall.
Where's the other one from?
Actually, he gave me a card with it.
Oh, okay.
I think it was in the United States out west. I'll have to
Nice.
take a look.
Now we can hear you because you're talking into your mic.
Oh.
I'll
didn't
fix it
practice
in
that
post. It's fine. I'll make it work.
So yeah, and then I know Luke put up there just for a quick second.
Oh yeah.
The database actually came out with confirmed locations. Yep, that's
Okay.
it there of where fragments of the meteorite had fallen. So if you'd still want to go out and try to find a piece, this is where I would suggest going. Now, I would say it's going to be pretty difficult at this time just because
There's so many other people that already been there.
I think there's still a lot out there that was never found, but just with the weather and how high the grass would be,
Right.
I would suggest one of the northern locations just because the pieces were smaller up there.
Okay.
I found mine at the Sharon Center, is like right where your mouse is, right around
Or the
here.
big bulk, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then
The next one down, the next thing that you see down there is 76. So it's Sharon Center, then 76, and right below 76 is Wadsworth.
Oh, okay.
And then as you get down to the very bottom where the red area would have been, it's Rittman.
Okay. Yep. That makes sense.
And then just to the right there is Easton. So it's kind of like right below Rittman toward Easton a little bit.
And then to get a confirmed classification, you have to have 20 grams submitted. And so there was an entire time where they're like, we still don't have 20 grams.
Right.
We need more to get a classification. And then they definitely got enough. But then those who submitted them, that's the marks where they found it.
Oh.
Went into the classification, and they actually have their name in the database and everything. So,
It's good that some people donated it.
yeah, I was like, oh, that sucks. If I found, another one, I was considering doing that just because I wouldn't want the meteorite that fell in Ohio not even going classified.
Right.
Right. Right.
But this one was kind of unique though, because unlike the ones made out of more of an iron, this one you can't really cut. It actually like crumbles.
Oh,
So
okay.
sometimes, they could slice up the meteorite and like,
See what's inside.
just sort of like sell
see
it as
the layers.
two cuts. And this one, you want to keep it as a full rock.
That's a really cool stat down there at the bottom you got there too.
It's the 4th observed fall from Ohio,
Yeah.
and Ohio's 14th classified meteorite.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last one?
I don't know about the Ohio one. I know for a eucrite, this variety, I think it was in 2021.
Okay.
The last one fell. I'd have to look up for the for Ohio. There is, I put a link down here and we can add it. There's a whole list of falls, meteorite falls, and where they happen all over the world. And so how I said it, you have to have at least 20 grams. I think it's in bold font. So the one in Wadsworth was officially recognized. So the one in Germany and Texas, they may not have gotten 20 grams, or it just hasn't been classified yet.
I see.
Okay, so there's a lot of people that came in town for it.
I bet.
There was, I don't know if anyone watches Meteorite Men on Netflix. I got to meet Steve Arnold, so a shout out to him in the show. I watched a few episodes.
Which one is he?
He's the one on the right.
Okay.
It was just an awesome experience then walking around with someone that is very educated in this field. And like, I would never know to look for a hole rather than a rock. But he was the one who was talking about, he's found a lot in the past that went down, hundreds or thousands of years ago, and the equipment that they used to find these and discover these.
I just don't think you guys realize how much effort she put into 2.5 grams.
Oh, yeah. No,
I believe it. Because,
No, I came back. So I actually flew. This was over Thursday, Friday. I actually went down to Florida on Sunday, and my friend Nicole, who I had been out with, she actually, we got invited to these dinners then every night where this group would go and show their findings for the day.
Say the name of the group.
That wasn't the name. That was
well,
the Facebook group now is called Fireball Chasers.
Okay.
Which Nicole and I got included on.
Which I said you got to be careful because that could be.
They might think it's alcohol.
Yeah, a little bit differently. Like what do you chase Fireball with? Dr. Pepper?
Pure cinnamon.
Yeah.
Pure cinnamon.
So she'd go hang out, and that's where she ended up selling hers. But she's like, yeah, like they're saying a couple more days and we're not going to be able to find anything. And so I was like, I need to go back home.
She wasn't gone 24 hours.
Yeah. It's true. Like,
she flew down to Florida and back in 24 hours because she changed her mind. She's like, I got to spend the next 3 days of my life looking for a meteorite.
Which was nice because I didn't tell my family that I was back in town, so I didn't have to go back to work. I was just here and no one really knew, which was nice. I could just...
It's like me and Nicole. We were the only ones that knew what was going on.
But it was like, we went out probably 12 hours a day looking, and like I said, maybe out of the whole group, which was probably 10 to 15 people, maybe only 1 or 2 was found each day. So it definitely slimmed down after the first 2 days.
Right.
Someone just posted, so he just found some probably 2 weeks ago. I put it in here. He said he walked 125 miles before finding his first one.
Dang.
Wow.
So yeah, if you're going to go on this search.
Well, there was areas and stuff like that, like we were talking about, but trying to find out if you go onto people's properties and stuff like that. And it was a golf course. And the golf course wouldn't let anybody go on there.
Oh, yeah. They don't want you on their grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate. But yeah.
Because it was right in the middle of the area. I was like, oh, this would be a great place to go look because, it's open, the grass is cut short and trim. You might actually be able to find something.
Mm-hmm.
And,
should have just told him we're going to fix all your divots. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We wanted to just say, hey, we're going to play golf.
Right. Yeah.
And
you probably could have just went and, signed up and hey, you guys play through.
It's a private.
It's just kept looking the whole time.
Yeah.
It's a private course.
And
they don't allow females, so I have
What?
some. I know.
What is this? The South in the fucking 20s?
I know. I was like, how is this?
That's still a thing?
Call them out. Shit.
I know.
Wow.
I don't even know.
Wow, Ohio.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I think if anyone looks, it's right in the middle of
Only
workers.
golf would get away with some shit like that still.
Is there a plantation there as well?
That's no good.
Wow, I didn't even know that. You never told me that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, has a policy of no women members.
Dude, that article's all the way back to 2012 and still.
I just looked at the 1-star review on Google
So
Maps.
boo to you, Sharon Golf Club.
And at the very end of the 1-star review, it says, let the ladies be allowed to play on your holy grounds.
What the fuck?
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I'd much rather watch women golf anyway, but
But yeah, so it was a really unique, fun experience. And like I said, the stream field's out there if anyone wants to take a look. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I'd walk.
And if you're a guy, you can go to the Sharon Golf Club and get a membership and go find meteorite.
Yeah, that's mind blowing.
But so I'm in this Fireball Chasers group now. And I actually didn't realize how many meteorites that do hit the ground and just like no one know about. So I guess one hit up in Cleveland last week.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Is that guy also gonna dream and find it?
Maybe.
This one's magnetic.
He knew it was coming.
Yeah. So, but it's kind of cool because I don't know. I think only maybe 2 people might have spotted it. I don't think anyone really knows about it, but like NASA has messaged our like group chat. Hey, if anyone wants to go look for this, here's the map. Here's where it fell at. So.
Why aren't you there now?
I know. I was just like, I was talking about. I was like, maybe
it's supposed to rain all weekend.
I know.
Are you going right now after the pod?
Maybe this weekend.
Yeah, we did talk about it because like this one's magnetic, so we might be able to cheat.
Right.
So
Cheat.
we do all that, and my daughter would walk through and be like, "Oh, look at this."
Yeah. Pulls the whole thing out.
She's crazy, dude. That kid finds like she has all the luck. Like when we went rock hounding and we were looking for quartz, and she finds this little piece of quartz, and I start digging around it, and it turns into this piece of quartz that's like this freaking big.
Right.
And I'm just like
a quartz vein.
Yeah, like we're sitting there for 3 hours, and we're like, it's gonna get dark. Like we've got to decide, like, what are we doing to try and get this out of the ground? You know, do we break it and take pieces? Do we, leave it for somebody else to try and get this massive, like, giant thing out? Or we got greedy and just smashed as much as we could and took it. So
Yeah.
Somebody stole, whoever followed us up could have gotten something gigantic out of it. But of course, clarifying, it's a little piece like this that turns into this massive thing. Like she left and I'm like texting her. I'm like, it's the size of a basketball. No, it's even bigger than that. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, that's my daughter. Like, that's why I'm trying to get her to go do this.
Because she'll just find it.
She will. She'll find like the whole meteorite. Like,
yeah, I'll find asphalt. She can just find it. It's sticking. No.
It'll be the one we're not allowed to touch, and she'll pick it up and walk it over to me. What's this?
All right. Well, let us know if any of you happen to go looking around yourselves for some meteorites. And if you did, if you had any decent luck. But we're going to take one more quick break, and then we'll do some trivia. Support for today's show comes from Audible. With Audible, you can listen to bestsellers, podcasts, and exclusive originals anytime, whether you're commuting, working out, or just relaxing at home. Members get access to a massive library across every genre, plus monthly credits to pick any title they want to keep. And with easy offline listening, your next favorite book is always ready when you are. Start your free trial today and turn every moment into a chance to listen. See the link in the description, or just head to mamalukes.net/audible. That's mamalukes.net/audible. This episode of Mamalukes is brought to you by Wavedash Radio. If you're into video game or anime music, you should get tuned in. Whether you prefer the classics of Mario and Sonic, modern tracks of Halo or Kingdom Hearts, or the soundtracks of Full Metal Alchemist, Attack on Titan, and My Hero Academia, we've got a station for you. Featuring 4 separate stations, each with a curated playlist, you're sure to find something to jam out to. And the best part? You can listen for free. No strings attached, no asterisks. Just visit wavedash-radio.com to get started. That's WAVEDASH radio.com. Welcome back. It's time for trivia.
All right, question number 2. What Guy Ritchie movie was his first movie? Was it A, Snatch, B, Sherlock Holmes, C, Rock'n'Rolla, or D, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels?
Tell me, how did you ask that question again?
Number 2.
What Guy Ritchie movie was his first movie?
Okay.
Instead of what was Guy Ritchie's first movie? Even though I typed it correctly.
All right.
I don't read good and stuff. White wing chicken.
And beer. Chicken and beer.
Quit while you're ahead.
All right. Alysha, what do you got?
I have D. I have no idea, though.
D is correct.
Oh, good thing I don't know. Hell yeah.
Good job.
I did that.
Lucas?
I had D. Nope, it's an A.
A. It's close. That would have been number 2.
Close.
Did you guess?
No, I don't have to guess. It's my trivia question. D is correct.
Nice.
Thanks.
Good job.
Yes, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels came out in 1998. It had Benicio del Toro and I can't remember the French guy's name.
That's Brad Pitt's
Ryan
brother,
Philippe.
right?
Yeah, it's his Hispanic brother. And Ryan Philippe, and it's very good. Which was followed up by Snatch, which was followed up by Sherlock Holmes, and then came Rock and Rolla. Rock and Rolla is Gerard Butler.
Mm.
Oh, I'll have to watch that.
So that was during the, his prime. All right. Rachel?
Question number 2.
The real question number 2.
How many meteorites hit the Earth each day? So this would be witnessed falls where we could actually go and make a recovery of the stone or the rock.
Each day.
You got to give your choices.
What are our options?
Oh, sorry. A is 0 to 5. B is 5 to 10. C is 10 to 50. D is 50 to 100.
To the music.
Mm-hmm. I did that.
Okay. Everyone have their answer down?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alysha?
Ooh, why am I first? I picked B, but I have no idea. I was thinking A, B, or C. Is it? Oh, thank you.
Just say incorrect when he's got noises.
Were you growling at me?
Lucas?
I picked C, 10 to 50.
Ding, ding, ding.
Damn it.
I knew it was going to be more than
Got it incorrect and put
Initially.
B.
Thanks, Matt.
expected.
So 10 to 50 are scene hitting that you can actually collect from, but there's only 5 to 10 a year that actually get enough mass recorded to where they are documented hits.
There's
So-
a lot that go undocumented.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Like even this one in Cleveland that, I mean, no one knows about that. That I might go try to find.
that's
And there's a lot that even hit the ocean and the desert.
wow. Okay. It's a lot of missing meteorite.
There
I feel
is.
like you could pretty much just take your chances and walk
There's a
anywhere. You might be able to find meteorite like at that ratio.
Maybe that is why people have a living doing that.
Did you say
Yeah.
Horatio?
No.
Who is that? Is that a character?
Isn't that from Hamlet?
Oh, okay.
Horatio?
Google. I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Isn't that what he's saying when he's speaking to the skull in Hamlet?
That seems right.
Horatio.
Horatio, Hamlet.
Ha! Don't cut it. I knew something.
Cut it.
Didn't get trivia right, but I got that right.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
That's a lot. That's a
Yeah.
lot of missing meteorite. So
We could make our own movie called that.
Horatio.
missing meteorite or Horatio,
Missing Meteorite.
starring Horatio. We're out now.
We'll get Brad Pitt's brother to
Where
play
art
in
thou,
it.
meteorite?
Only for monotone during it.
What is this
We're the
magnet you
cool
speak
guys.
of?
What we're going to do is we're going to fly a drone, and the drone's going to go exactly 7 kilometers to the west.
No, you got to
And we're
drive.
going to use magnets.
No, you got to drive to Florida first, or
Mom?
fly or drive to Florida and then come back. That's how you find it.
All the meteorite samples will go to Mom.
That pretty much ties this whole episode into one, doesn't
Really?
it?
Nice callback.
Don't forget about Gemini or
Gemini. TV goes off. Yeah. I don't know how to tie that one in. Magnets.
We'll let Gemini do it.
Yeah. I'll just start.
So Rachel, do girls mind if it's small?
And that's all.
Wait.
It's not.
Oh.
It's small. I'm small.
No, he said, do girls mind? He already
It didn't say
deleted.
it's, because it's would have led right into it.
Sure.
Do women care if a guy is really small?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's really small.
If a guy is really small.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we thought midget or leprechaun and not member.
Yeah.
I knew
So-
what he meant.
I did not. I actually had to wait for the explanation on that. My mind didn't go
I
there.
thought you were going to spit that out, Matt. I almost got him.
I feel like you would
Spit take.
you would say short if it was like height,
Height.
question.
I just don't automatically think of a guy's dick size, especially in the first comment that you send to a female. But, you know,
Yeah, but if somebody's
maybe that's why I was single
short,
for so long.
you don't think, oh, that guy's small.
Yeah, Matt, you weren't sliding into ladies' DMs asking if they mind if it's really small.
What glove size do you think I got? Like,
Schmedium.
Schmedium. Yep, that's it. That's all. If you enjoy the show, let us know. Small or not.
Oh my God.
Share,
Canceled.
comment, and subscribe. And if you're listening to the audio version and you enjoy the show, please leave us a 5-star review. We always appreciate those. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and the TikTok. You can also check out our website. That's mamalukes.net, and our store, store.mamalukes.net, where you can check out all of our stuff. And you can leave us a comment or question for us to talk about on the show. And that is all. Rachel, thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate you defining our origin story and being here for us. And that is all.
proving that you're real.
Yeah.
She's real.
I didn't make you up.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Ta-ta.
Rachel, say bye. Bye.
Bye.
What? Oh, bitches.
Bitches.
Damn it.
Bitches.
Bitches.